it's Melanie. Happy Saturday. So a couple weeks ago, I saw Anthony over at Candle Cafe do a fall home fragrance transitional scents type video. So basically sharing his thoughts on some suggestions for fragrances that are not necessarily to fall. I know a lot of you guys love the upcoming season just as much as I do, but you're not quite ready to go full pumpkin yet. And so I pulled out some of my picks for what I think are some great transitional fragrances to work your way into the fall, maybe a little bit more slowly. I have to admit, it is obviously not even the end of September yet, and I have already transitioned everything over to fall. I love fall. That has always been my favorite time of year, and I just wait for it every single year. And I enjoy the decor for fall so much, as well as all of the smells and everything that comes with that particular season so much, that I want to be able to enjoy it for as long as possible. So I myself am already burning pumpkin things and much more spicier things. But for those of you that are not quite there yet, I have some suggestions for you. So most of these things I think are readily available. There is one or two that I'm not 100% sure about, but I will, whatever I can link down below, I will link for you. So I'm gonna go ahead and get started. Now, my first suggestion does have pumpkin in the name, but I don't think this is a pumpkin candle per se at all, but it is a kind of nice foodie gourmand type fragrance that I think is a great one to start burning end of August throughout September. It's a great layering candle, and that is pumpkin coconut. So pumpkin coconut is an online exclusive this year at Bath & Body Works, so you will have to place an order online. I will link it down below. This particular fragrance is basically just like a creamy vanilla with a hint of fall spices type of scent. It is a great layering candle, or it's really nice all by itself. Along with this, vanilla pumpkin marshmallow is kind of along the same lines. I used to love the vanilla pumpkin marshmallow, but I just kind of grew tired of it. There's something a little bit different about this. It's creamier. There's something different about this that makes it more appealing to me personally. However, vanilla pumpkin marshmallow is also a great option. So the notes in here are spiced pumpkin. There's no pumpkin note in this. Toasted coconut, creamy vanilla, and sea salt caramel. There is the slightest hint of caramel in here, but it's negligible. I don't love caramel scents necessarily. It's just a nice, warm, comforting, homey scent. Okay, let's stick with Bath & Body Works, and I'm going to suggest Waffle Cone or Berry Waffle Cone from last year if you have some of those left over in the ribbed purple glass. I feel like this is a great year-round scent, so I like to use this from transition as a transitional scent from basically every season to the next season. The only time where I may not actively burn this is probably around Christmas time, but that's only because I like the more like tree-based scents around that time. But Waffle Cone is fantastic because it's warm and inviting and comforting. It's a creamy scent, but it's still kind of fruity. So if you want to hang on to the last sort of vestiges of summer, you can definitely do that with this. I think this is a great transitional scent, and a lot of people love this. This is kind of my signature fragrance in my home, and whenever people come over, they always ask me what that smell is in a good way. And usually 8 times out of 10, it is the waffle cone that I will light when people come over. So they sort of equate this scent with Melanie, which is great because it is delicious. Like I said, I think it is great from summer into fall. I think it is also a great one to bust out again in January when you are sort of over that holiday, you have the holiday hangover and you want something that's kind of fun and fruity, but not too like springy or summery. I don't know. This is just perfect for me. Let me know how you feel about this one. I have quite a bit of Bath & Body Works stuff here, so I'm gonna get that out of the way first. I know that a lot of you love shopping at Bath & Body Works, which is why a lot of these suggestions are coming from there. I understand that the price point is much more reasonable. There's always coupons, and so I get it. So another suggestion for you, and this has been repackaged multiple times. This is from their Camp Winter collection, but it is currently out with some slightly different packaging. I don't know what collection it's in this go around. I think it's also a camping themed one as well. But basically this is a bread scent. Bread scents are good usually any type of year. It smells like French bread, like fresh baked French bread. Like if you just break a piece of French bread off and you stick that in your nose, it kind of has almost like a yeasty type note to it. Not in a gross way, just in a, this is a bread candle kind of way. So the notes on this one are notes of powdered sugar, glazed donut, and cedarwood essential oil. No, I don't get any of those things from this. If you want to know what Campfire Doughnut smells like, it doesn't smell like a donut. It's not sweet. It is a yeasty kind of fresh bread type scent. It's delicious. I think this would be good going into the holiday season as well, because again, it's warm, it's comforting. Are you guys sensing a theme here? I am really a food-based person when it comes to home fragrance. So that's most of what you're gonna see from me, honestly. And then two more Bath & Body Works. Okay, Pumpkin Peanut Brittle, which is not, again, it's not a pumpkin scent. This is sort of a pretzel bready type scent. It's along the same lines as the Campfire Doughnut. I feel like if you really like this one, you will also like this. It's interesting. It's almost like a Ritz cracker with like a slight smearing of like peanut butter on it type of scent, but also pretzel-y at the same time. There is a saltiness to this. There is a sweetness to it at the same time, but it is more salty than sweet. It's very unique. I think this is a great transitional scent because this does not scream fall to me at all, but it's one of those, again, year-round type scents. The reason that I picked up several of these is because I do think that I can burn this during the holiday time as well. I think I can burn it into the new year, spring, summer, fall. It's really a year-round type scent, so it's a great transitional scent for any time. But I do think if you are looking for more foodie type scents to add a warm, cozy, comforting, inviting vibe to your home, there you go. Okay, and one last suggestion that I think is kind of pushing it on fall transition, because to me this is actually my go-to like holiday home fragrance scent, but I do think it can act as a transition for a lot of people as well, is White Barn No. 1 Nutmeg and Spice. This does have a little bit more of a spiciness to it. So if you are not ready for a nutmeggy type scent, don't go for this one. But for me, I am going to be burning this one over the next like transitional month, like end of August, middle of September. So spiced nutmeg, sugared cinnamon, and vanilla chestnut are the notes. This is a beautiful candle, you guys. I was waiting for this to come back for so long, and I'm glad that it's finally here. When this is burning, it actually, to me, smells like warm, almost nutmeggy cookies. It's very inviting. Therefore, I think it is a great transitional scent. Again, there's nothing pumpkin in this. There is not necessarily like an apple pumpkin mix. I was going to suggest apple pumpkin, or is it pumpkin apple? I can't remember which one is Bath & Body Works because Yankee Candle also has an apple pumpkin scent. But I was going to suggest that, but for me, that one personally really is more of like a full-on fall type scent. I am more than happy to burn that one right now, but I wouldn't consider that a fall transitional scent. But let's talk about some apples, because I do think that apples are a great transition. And you know I have to make a Homeworks recommendation, and mine is actually from last year. I didn't get to burn this last year. It is the Deliciously Apple. I think this is still available. Don't quote me. Now, mind you, you're not going to get this shipped to you until the middle of September. That's when the Homeworks fragrances, candles anyway, are gonna start shipping again. So you'll get this mid-September, but most people don't go full on pumpkin until October anyway. So you'll get this. This is delicious, you guys. It is a very crisp apple scent. The notes on here, and I think these are the same as this year's, is juicy Macintosh, honey, crisp apple, watery pear, applewood, and bamboo. I really do get a pear note in this, and I do get that honey crisp apple and Macintosh mix. It's a very unique, fresh scent that I think is perfect for a transition. So you can see mine is the 3 wicks. Again, I purchased this last year when it came with the cider donut one. What was that one called? It was amazing. I was so bummed Harry didn't bring it back this year. That was one of my favorite like cider donut type candles that I've ever smelled. But anyway, if you're okay with getting this like mid-September, I would definitely grab this. It's beautiful. I think it's perfectly lovely. I have 2 candles from Yankee that I am honestly not 100% sure are still available. But a lot of you candle-aholics out there might have these in your collection. The first is Sugared Apple. I do believe this is actually a holiday scent for Yankee, as you can see by the label on there. But I don't like burning this during the holidays. To me, this is totally a fall transition scent. This is a sweet, very sweet sugared apple scent. It is a baked, sugary apple scent, almost not caramelly. It's like you sprinkled sugar on a fresh baked apple. So the sugar isn't caramelized in this. It's like fresh granulated sugar, if that makes sense. But this is really lovely, you guys. I have a couple of these. I will typically burn this in September, and that is the only time of year that I actually burn it is September. It doesn't make sense to me personally for the holiday time. I've never understood why this was a holiday fragrance, but anyway, if you have it in your collection, bust it out. I think it's really lovely for this time of year. I do have some wax melts as well. So now this one is one that some of you may have come across this when you were either at the outlet or I've seen people finding these at Marshall's and TJ Maxx and Home Goods. I got mine at the outlet, and it is the Tart Tatin from Yankee. I don't know why this isn't just a regular part of every year's fall releases, because this is the most gorgeous. Out of the 3 apple scents that I am recommending to you, the one that I love the most is this. I have 2 of these medium jars left, and it bums me out because once they're gone, they're gone. Unless I can find them at Home Goods. This is such a unique apple tart scent. You get that apple crust note, you get that fresh baked like Macintosh apple. There is a sweetness to this, but it's not overly sweet. It's not as sweet as the sugared apple. This is just amazing. I can't think of a more lovely apple transitional scent than this. If you know of something in their regular collection that is even remotely close to this, let me know. I've sniffed around Yankee multiple times and have not found another one of their apple fragrances that is similar to this. This was a European exclusive. This particular candle does say a passion for fragrance, so this was from Europe. Yeah, ugh, it's so good, you guys. If you come across these ever at Home Goods, Marshall's, TJ Maxx, or at the outlet, just snag them up. It has amazing throw, great performance for a Yankee. I feel like I had to put it in here. And then I have 3 wax melts, 2 from Scentsy and 1 from Better Homes and Gardens, which you can obviously get at Walmart. Vanilla Cookie Crunch. So this for me is another one of those year-round type scents. This is super affordable. You can get the 6-pack for $2, or you can get this 12-pack for, I think it's under $4. I really do. I think it's like $3.75 or $3.95 or some weird number like that. But this is delicious, you guys. It is just a vanilla cookie scent, like a crunchy vanilla cookie. It's delicious. I feel like this is a great way to get into like cookie type scents, but for the fall. So there's nothing pumpkin about this. There's nothing overly spicy about this, but it is just warm and comforting and inviting. And then my 2 Scentsy picks. Now this I'm recommending this in the same way that I recommend the Waffle Cone. It is just a great year-round scent for me, and it is the Sweet Plum Pastry. I know so many of you picked this up during the Bring Back My Bar. It is no longer available, but if you can ever get your hands on this again, I highly suggest it. I do think if you picked some of these up during the sale, you should get them out now because it is a delicious transitional scent. It does have a very strong plum pastry note to it. It is sweet. There is also a slight spiciness to this. Like a tiny hint of cinnamon, a tiny hint of maybe nutmeg and clove. But it is very mild spices. You're really getting more of that baked plum tart type note in this. I think this is also gorgeous during the holidays as well. For me, plums are also a great home fragrance addition during like Christmas time. So if you are lucky enough to have some of this, I think September is a great month for Sweet Plum Pastry. And then the other one, I think this is still available. It's Hug in a Mug. And basically this is a warm, creamy, hot chocolate type scent. So basically what I'm recommending to you is just a hot chocolate type fragrance. There are hot chocolate fragrances from Bath and Body Works. You can find them from a lot of different companies. This one is just really lovely and creamy. Also coffee-based scents. So another one from Scentsy that I don't currently have is Mocha Doodle. To me, Mocha Doodle smells like a chocolatey coffee type fragrance. Coffee scents are also great transitional scents because they just are, they smell delicious. They're very welcoming, very comforting. So anything that is either hot chocolate or coffee based is great this time of year. Let me know what you like to use during this fall transition. Have you gone into full fall mode already like I have, or are you a little bit more like, I'm not there yet? I think the responses are really gonna be half and half. For me, I'm definitely there. I got there about, I think 5 days ago is when I transitioned everything. I am pre-recording this, so yeah, I was there just about 5 days ago and transitioned everything over to fall, and I'm loving it. It is still 90 degrees out, but that's fine. My husband can think I'm insane, that's fine. For me, it brings me joy, and these beautiful fragrances are a great way to ease into this whole fall pumpkin extravaganza. I will do another video towards the end of September talking to you guys about all of my favorite full-on fall fragrances. Some of these things may be mentioned again. And yeah, thank you guys so much for taking the time to watch. Let me know what your picks are down below in the comments section, and I will see you in my next video. Take care. Bye.